Alright, let's see if this is working now. Finally got that reshade going on the PC. Just have to enable it so I don't have a scroller lock. Having controller issues. I put in this PS4 controller and it's not wireless. So there you go. Dropping in and out. 1 second. Okay, so let's see. We can turn on this reshade. I don't have a scroll lock. So I can hit Shift and F2, I think. No, that didn't work. I think it's on. No. Or scroll log. Yeah, this PS4 controller is a little sensitive, unfortunately. If anybody's in the stream already, I don't have access to see it right at this second, so I'm just troubleshooting, talking to myself. Two seconds. Oh my goodness, this controller's really acting up today. Oh, the joys of PC gaming. Let's see if we can change this. It's on the scroll. Let's see if we can change it to end. See if that works. There we go. So there's your, I think that's how it is.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
So let's just see. Very subtle. I like that. Okay, so let's see if it makes a difference. Alright, this is disabled and this is enabled. Very subtle, but I like it. Alright, so haven't really gotten up until now. Been working on some other things. I haven't been feeling good today, so I took like a 5-hour nap. I had a bad migraine. Finally feeling better, and I figured I'm gonna catch up a little bit. So injuries are still the same. Fatigue 49. I'm only checking this threshold just to see if I can get some of the physics a little bit better. I've noticed when I've done that before, it seems to kind of lock in everything, so I just got to be careful. Face mask still the same. Roughing and passer still 5. Here's where I'm changing a little bit. I'm looking at receiver catching 46. I'm testing right now just to see if tackle logic improves with fumbles without modifying tackle, because I like 45 where it's at, but there are times when it's a little skewed. It's for lack of a better word, it basically it tries to bridge the gap between the threshold on its own via tackling. So let's see if Fumble does anything, and if that roughing the passer value does what it's supposed to do, causing those fumbles as is, it might actually balance out. So we're just going to check this. We're going to go first, turn this on, swap that in, and we're just going to play. This is going to be all pro. Yeah, this is all pro, so we'll see how this goes. Let me, in the meantime, go Twitch and YouTube on the laptop, see if anybody's on there. It's pretty late. It's about close to 1 a.m. here.
Sports. Coming up, Arizona Cardinals, led by their new quarterback Sam Bradford, do battle with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'll let this roll out a little bit.
With that, we're off to Arrowhead
check
with a call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few moments ago, the emotional leader of the Chiefs defense.
Let's just see if everything sounds okay.
He and his mates will get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, I lost to the Browns earlier on all Madden.
I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
MVP, yeah, trying that first time. Oh, thanks for Man Show. Love the name. Sorry, just now catching on the chats here. I'm just getting onto YouTube and Twitch right now. Sounds like you guys can hear me okay, so I'm not gonna need to test that. So I'm just pop out these chats on my laptop. You guys just let me know that you hear me okay. Let me know if the volume's too loud. Thanks again, though. I appreciate that, guys, a lot. Alright, let's see how this goes. So far, it doesn't feel like any performance issues.
The NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So
awesome. Thanks, MVP.
For their opening drive. It's Sam Bradford who will be controlling things under center in his 9th year now out of Oklahoma.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know,
it's definitely a sharper look to it. This is an overcast game, it looks like, so yeah, you can tell. Interesting so far. Talking about the reshade.
That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
I want to see if Fumbles affects the tackle logic. And I think the increase to threshold to 1 shouldn't make too big of a difference, but it should be just enough to bridge that gap. This is Reshape 1.0. I thought the other ones were a little too bright. Oh, left him. Sorensen back there. Let's go into our good old replay. I haven't tried 2.0 or 3.0. I just went off the screenshots. Oh yeah, Sorensen got caught there. The receiver looked back and Sorensen stood still. That's kind of funny.
Right at the 40. The first down carry here for Johnson.
Oh goodness. What a turn.
Down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And there we see an early burst that makes
nice run there.
In the league. Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there.
What have you been using MVP? Different reshade.
If that continues, It'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
First down, Bradford.
Oh, yes. Eric Berry. Felt it afterwards.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
I like how he took that down. Good read, and just kind of took it down.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go.
See how Mahomes does. I played terrible against the Browns.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs.
I was on all Madden, but still.
At their own 16.
Can run. Current Williams. Kareem Hunt is out for a couple weeks. Although I haven't really paid attention to too much on this. So this is just my test franchise.
Because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Williams. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be
Performance issues on 3, yeah.
Despite the blitz, they're still
I mean, it's probably more souped up. I don't know how souped up your computer. My rig's decent. It's not gonna, you know, it's no i7. It's an AMD processor to start with, so it's a 6 core. I mean, it's decent.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down.
Oh, go Watkins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40.
It's good tackle animation.
The play goes for 19 yards.
It's really what the last bit of what I'm focused on here.
good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week.
Watched a lot of NFL earlier today, and a lot of missed tackles. Like, you know, the pursuit angles are so good in Madden compared to real life. Creates that effect of a missed tackle, but it's basically just because a player is going at you at full speed. So momentum can't be stopped every time, so that's my problem. Unless it's like that, where they're being held back. See if we can just over the middle.
A couple of nice carries back to back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the chains, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
I wish we could just kind of create more wrap-up tackles. That would really make me happy.
Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because
oh, get out of it.
Right? So now you got them back under
Good gang tackles. That's really what I want to get more of.
You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about
push my luck a bit there.
Line up, get leverage, knock people back.
It's like that feeling of knowing like you've been running on them pretty well. Surely I'll get some more yardage, and then you test it and you get caught. And that's what happened.
In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey,
we can go over the top if they blitz. Like Kelsey or Harris. No, they didn't blitz. Ah!
Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Corey Peters coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football.
What's up, man?
After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
What's going on? Let's see what we can do here. Gonna go over the top. Oh, yes.
And it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
So for those just joining, this is All Pro because we're home game. That was nice to see that a little bit.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got it first and goal at the 6. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play.
Probably a little play action here.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy.
Just turn off the computer by accident.
Once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
No worries. Big play over the top to Conley. Oh, goodness. That was blown up play. Not very... I didn't read the corners blitz there.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to
see what happens here in the red zone.
I think quarterbacks got to see that.
Got Conley on the drag, Kelsey on the drag.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal.
Oh, he didn't keep running. Oh, shit. I thought Hill was going to keep running. He didn't make... That was terrible. MM settings. Yeah, I do. Just because I import the sliders into the franchise. So they're all the same, essentially. Hey, Bills. That was terrible. That was just... I misread that. I thought Hill was going to keep going to the corner of the end zone, but he stopped. So both quarterbacks have an interception. Get him, Raglan. Yes.
He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done?
Pressure up front was good from the get-go. Of course, that was a play action. Got to pay attention to that. Dak TV, Chiefs keep... Oh, for sure. I'm a Chiefs fan, so, you know, I've lived in Chiefs land for a majority of my life, and so... Oh, go Houston. That should do it. Oh, pick it up. Play action passes are causing these kind of crazy fumble, or not fumbles, but just these sacks. I'll have to look into that because they release pretty early, but man. The QB will scramble on some occasions. Like, this is unfortunately a play action. This is kind of like the big thing. Oh, that's a terrible camera. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Yeah, so like, I don't know why he's doing a spin around. I mean, the pressure was there from the get-go, but it's like that on play action. And that's primarily the pass block value has a lot to do with play actions. Oh, I don't know why I picked a pass play. I guess let's see what happens. But this is, of course, some testing, so this isn't on version 12 per se. It's with some different values. Yeah. DX, that's fine, man. That's how I do it, so you should be good. Uh-oh. Yeah. It's going to be really tough division. I think it's all going to depend on our... To be honest, our secondary is questionable. I mean, we have Barry, and we just got Fuller. I just don't know after that where our secondary is going to come from.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And job one here, Charles.
Yeah,
Just keep possession
I
of the
agree. I don't know
football.
why he's turning his back like that. I haven't seen that in a while. That could be intentional grounding, I'm not sure. Something I haven't really jumped into today. I've seen better running by the running back though. With these slight adjustments, which might be enough for them to stick.
It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back.
So just to provide context, but I've got a couple of changes here. I'm testing fatigue to 49 is kind of the base, and then I've also increased the threshold, believe it or not, to 1. Yeah, we still have Kelsey. Just to 1 because I want to kind of lessen the gap to the quote-unquote force field, so to speak, to kind of let everything kind of sink a little bit better. Because Madden tends to try to bridge that gap to animations, and if it's on 0, it definitely will try to create that a lot quicker, which is kind of can create some warping depending on the settings. But I'm just curious to see 1 right now. It's really kind of harnessing everything.
And incomplete here on third down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Well, I don't know. I haven't caught up. I know we played today. I didn't even get to watch that. I was sick all day today, which really sucks. I'll have to look it up though, see if we lost.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And for them a touchdown their last go around. Obviously they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself,
no,
what are we going to do? You don't
we didn't lose Kelsey.
what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So throw ball away. I'll have to look into that. I have intentional grounding off because I feel like the quarterback play's been better. But when everybody's covered, a mobile QB is going to try to run, and sometimes they'll do that kind of turn around. Problem is they don't run forward. So coverage might be a little too tight, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and not a bad thing to adjust for. Yeah, do you mean Marcus Peters? Yeah, we're glad Marcus Peters is gone. I knew he was part of our secondary, but he was yeah, he was a pill, to be honest with you guys. It's just nobody in Chiefs land really liked him. He's a great performer, but his attitude was probably the worst ever. Oh, we got this one. Tackling's been pretty good here. That was like the real first bad tackle, or not bad, but just broken tackle. I tried a lot today, and I think what we have is good. Now we just have to kind of complement it. Yeah, the gang tackling is good too. I like that.
It's the Chiefs on top early.
Oh, you guys have Cousins?
Sunday returns following this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. As the Chiefs
I'm gonna keep trying to run here.
Football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Again, it's Williams.
Oh, keep your balance. All right, there we go.
There he goes left side. Kansas City touchdown. Kerwin Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
Nice.
And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Some broken tackles. One of them really wasn't a broken tackle. It was just like the tackle was attempting to push him instead of wrapping up. Here, I love that stumble right here. And then here, it's not too bad. What did we lose here? Dislocated thumb, youch. He's going back in, just tape it up. So let's look at the animation here. The big thing is, I have fumbles at 55 as well, and we already saw a fumble today, so that's kind of tells you it's the QB thing. But we'll see if any of the backers or receivers even have any fumbles. So we're looking here, kind of got caught up. See, there's trying to hit him hard, didn't take a good angle, good stumble, and then just broke that one. And there you go. Nothing wrong with that to me.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Butker now to kick this one away.
Hopkinson and Diggs. Ooh, Sherman.
Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Get him. Nice.
Those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very.
See if your running back's playing pretty good.
Stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet. And try and generate
like how he's hitting the hole.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Stay on the ground on first.
Big hit there. That's Barry though.
The all-pro safety Eric Barry in on the stop.
Just wish they would, I don't know, be less violent big hits. I mean, that wasn't too bad compared to what's out there. Have to keep an eye out. Oh, shifty move there. I just feel like if I could find a way to get a lot more forward momentum type of tackles, somebody going forward, you know, and then still gaining momentum. Get him. Oh. So here's kind of my issue when you increase threshold and lower tackle. You get, especially lower tackle in general, just on its own, you get the kind of canned animation. So they start, and this one isn't the worst, you know, it's not a warp at all. Just make sure he just starts his, he kind of skips a couple of frames here. I mean, yeah, he's gonna get him up high, but like, see, he's already starting this 31, you know, starting his animation that he's getting tackled already before he's even touched, right? So that speed threshold is just always going to affect that, and then you've got a lower tackle value, and it just kind of creates that effect. Lower tackle value in general creates that effect, but kind of like, what can we do really about it is a tough thing here. And here you've got your, yeah, just kind of on him here, Bailey. I think he breaks out of this. Yeah, breaks out of this, of course. Kind of cool. Like, overall, like, in motion it looks cool, but, you know, and I love the stumble. And then Sorensen here. Sorensen again kind of goes into motion here. See how he's going here and then somehow he stops. Like, this is like we're on a choo-choo train, you know. Doesn't really make sense. Nobody's gonna make that type of tackle, and he's like barely holding on to him, you know. He's kind of like pushing him almost, and then he takes him down. It's cool in like all the chaos that's happening, but still, there's still some things here, and if I go a little bit more into it here, and this is something post-patch I've noticed, is how the players, as soon as a player is tackled, they disengage completely. Stop. Right? In real life, you'll never see somebody just stop. Right? And Barry definitely, I mean, you know, if you guys know these players, of course, right? There's no stop anywhere. So it's as if the tackle is here engaged, and the prediction is going to be that it's going to be stopped. The player's going to be stopped here, and so everybody around stops. And this is kind of, if you guys have seen comments in different threads, just like a two-man tackle concept, and it kind of prevents anybody else from tackling. And so that's kind of what I've been working on, trying to get it all squared away. And increasing threshold to 1, let alone 50 or whatever other value is being used, is a kind of a tricky balance. And then lower tackle value also creates that effect. Really cool in motion, but kind of overall, you know, just one of those things. And so what we're going to do is we're going to jump out of this. And anybody who, you know, it's called slider testing for a reason. So I go into a lot of replay. You're basically seeing kind of what I do on the behind the scenes. It's boring because I don't ever play a full game unless I'm really happy with things. I'm just looking for animations to be triggered here. So I apologize if you came here hoping to watch a bunch of football games, you know, all at once. This is more so how I approach things. So penalties I think are okay here. Tackling is just one of those things. I mean, to be honest, guys, I played with tackle at 100 earlier, and even then it was fine. So it's kind of crazy what they've done with the tackle value. Yeah, I love and I don't ever touch practice. I just feel like the outcomes are gonna be different. I don't know. I don't feel like he uses everything, because there's so many different elements that can come into play. And so I try to test in game situations and franchise mode as well, because there's always that contextual, environment, you know, if you will. Strictly animations, yeah, definitely. It's always tricky, because then you give out a set and you're like, okay, try this, and then it's kind of out of context of what's been tested. However, yes, you can do one side, like go to play now, go to practice, and then make sure it appears in game, to trigger animations, not just like statistics or logic. It's more so just to find animations. So we're at 45 here, and I know this is going to create that warping effect, so we're going to drop this or raise this up to 49. I've played with this before in the same. I've kind of done really well, I feel like, in staying close to like a bubble, so to speak, like kind of finding my thresholds. I kind of go back and forth, and so I know what everything does now. Face mask is going to improve some of those animations relative to the tackle style. So we're raising the tackle value just under 50 here, just to see how we get them. And this is how we do it. We just import. It should all come through. The only thing you really have to worry about is making sure that the difficulty That's the only reason, the only thing that doesn't come through. Let me just make sure I have everything. Okay, good. Let's make sure I had ball hog still on. Yeah, Bills, you definitely understand. Right, and when you're working with traits or animations, you can definitely go into practice and kind of create those. I just always play it safe, to be honest. I figured I'm just going to import them and just, you know, it's a tedious process. I wish Madden didn't go that route and forcing us to do that, but, you know, that's what they chose. And overdrive? No, I haven't played anything.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Overall, the reshade looks pretty good, and this looks like a clear game. It's kind of a cool effect. I feel like the grass may be a little too grainy for my liking. I'll have to take a look into that a little bit more. And that was nice to see. Don't ever, you know, something I take pride in this set is the pressure from the front four. In my case, we're a 3-4, but still, there's good pressure here right away. See Bailey, and then who's our defensive tackle? I think it's no, Jones is the left end, and then this is Williams. And so, I mean, there's good play here. Swim moves coming around. Bailey was going to get there right away. Force a quick pass. Receiver wasn't even ready.
First down, the offense or the defense. Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for.
Yeah, Bills. Pass on Tuesday. I'll be jumping into that for sure, man. That's really quick. When you put it like that, you know, I think the 31st, but then you say it's Tuesday. It's a big difference. Big hit there. That's Barry for you, so let's just see how that played out. It was a little fast to me. Okay, good. I just want to make sure there's no warping or anything like that. That's just a good hit by Barry. Yeah, Josh has pure default, but he also has some pretty important values for the main menu and franchise, so yeah. And Josh's concept is really solid. I don't doubt it at all. Josh and I are good friends from NCAA days, and so we feedback each other pretty much, I'd say, weekly. We just have different approaches and kind of like what we're looking for. I have an approach of where I want a lower threshold. It solves a lot of the problems that I look for. It kind of doesn't establish that effect of like feeling like you might be experiencing a placebo, so to speak. So I like to see animations pop out that way, and I approach things with a kind of an animation as my triggers. We all have our way, and so you see what a difference speed threshold at 0 is compared to 1. How those gaps, look at all these gaps. I don't even know what I just chose to play. But if you look at the gaps, just get clogged up so much quicker compared to threshold at 1. They're just more free to get through, you know, so that's probably why some people struggle. That's why it's more rewarding to me once you really break some runs. Oh, let's see if we can get him on the drag. I knew that animation for that tackle would show up, which is kind of disappointing. So this is what I've been looking at probably why 13 won't come out today. But so the tackle, it could be relevant because the ball's passed a little bit behind him, so he has to adjust himself. My issue is he jumps into this tackle animation from the get-go. This is kind of, again, that your two-man's kind of syndrome here. See, he just starts his, like, you know, there's no momentum being respected here, essentially, right? Conley here, again, should be able to go forward and not get stuck in an animation, but he's definitely stuck in an animation. In motion, it looks fantastic, so like you play it, you know, in real time. Looks cool. It looks like it doesn't, you know, affect, you know, and that just may be something we can't fix, but doesn't mean we won't try. We look at that siege, and then what happens there is, like, logically, it doesn't make sense. He's got the edge here, all the way on this side, right down here. You know, and it doesn't make sense that wouldn't work. So 2 seconds, I'm just going to load this up real quick. Oopsie daisy. 1 second. Hopefully this works with this, yeah, it should. Cool. Alright, so what I'm, let's see if that's on. Okay. So if we take a look, it's not running. Okay. I thought it would work. I wanted to use this thing. There we go. This is my Logitech Spotlight. There we go. I don't know if it works in full screen or not. Yeah, exactly, Bills. You definitely understand what I'm saying here. In terms of the reshade, look at this difference. That's how it is by default. And that's how it is with the reshade. That's pretty nice. Didn't realize it would make that big a difference. Oh, this kind of stinks. It doesn't go on full screen. Okay, anyway. We look at it, yeah, he's got all this space, like right here, essentially, you know, to the past the 40. He just could go further, but he doesn't. You know, he just goes in that space, and so this is the thing. If I could have like a -5 threshold, that would be brilliant. But I don't. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what can we possibly do to really get that tackle out? So if we have to lower tackle, then we have to find a way when those tackles are more sure. So that tells me face mask could go lower if we adjust that, but we'll just have to see. That's just great pressure up front, man. See, he's still breaking tackle on 49, so I just love the defensive line and offensive line play here. Bailey here has the run. He has it. But he gets like blocked once here, blocked again here, still puts his arm out, and it's a great run by the running back there. Falling over. Oh man, you don't do that to Barry. And Watts like drives him to the ground. So overall, I like that play there. Oh, nice little play there right away.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Bradford finding Nelson for an Arizona first down.
And Bills, I definitely agree with you. Just reading through chat there. Yeah, momentum is such a huge part of football. Of just going forward. They're going at a different pace than somebody who's trying to take you down, you know? It's just the logic of it just has to be addressed to me. Like, so, like, essentially I'm trying to find more room for threshold, or, you know, so there has to be something else that can play a role there. Get there, Fuller. Yep, well done. Overall, though, if I were to give like definite values for version 13, it's going to be fatigue at 49 again. And I hate this cursor thing on the PC. I love that recovery though from Fuller. He didn't even swap the ball. I really like, so far, the fumbles at 55 seem to be pretty good, because we're still seeing them. And then, get him, Houston. Ooh. And then, receiver catching at 46. I really like that too. I love the pressure on the outside here. I just have to see my boy Justin Houston. Just love it. Just pushed him enough, and he put just enough pressure. He had him too early, but didn't play him.
Last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
I wish we could get rid of that cursor. It just pops up randomly. I mean, it's not random. It does it when you try to look at your play art there. Alright, let's get some running going. Oh, nice.
Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Wish there was another value I could find that could help. With that tackling. But overall, I'm still happy with everything. I'm really happy with it. Probably the best I think I've seen Madden play. For me, you watch this, you don't know, like, you could guess what threshold this was. Let's try to send Hill over the top and see what happens. If I get another pick. Oh, he's got him. I'm gonna go for it though. Oh, good play. What I like about that is this is on threshold of 0. Sorry if I said 1 earlier. But I just love. Oops, it did. I love how the animation just makes sense. Let's see if there's any warping of any kind. Not really. A little jump. A little bit of a jump there. Seems like he's getting collided into. It's just kind of cool to see that. This is at pass coverage at 1 and pass reaction at 1, guys. Little, what's the word? Cropping, so to speak. But that's a given for any EA Sports title.
His first appearance as an All-Pro, and he was 3rd in the NFL Defensive Player of the Year voting.
On play action, it's
Oh, crap.
rolling to his right.
Yes. I really like more shoestring tackles or more, you know, diving at the legs. Those type of tackles to me would be pretty exciting. And more wrap up on the waist versus just high on the shoulders. It's pretty good coverage. That was just a good throw.
things can happen.
And that's
that
good
can
to
go
see too that
wrong.
he's catching it with two hands. I've seen a lot of one-handed catches that then, you know, look like two-handed catches, but then the first part of the ball touches just one hand. This is a good play action. Pressured right away, of course. Even on pass blocking 48. Big boys just getting at him right here. Who is that? Peters? Yeah. Peters just, oh, I love that. Just pushing. Oof. Ouch. He still took him out. That's because of that roughing the passer.
Throw it downfield like that. He got
It's
away
okay
with it
though.
there,
Oh,
and a big
I
one.
was gonna see the catch. On the run, pretty good throw there, Mahomes. Yeah, two-handed. It's on 46 catching, so like I said, there's definitely some room to go from 48.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
Oh,
And he'll be
got caught.
taken down near the 20 at the 21. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good.
And this is one of the issues that I've seen. Let me just see if this happened. The one that Kids Are Asleep Gaming mentioned as well, and I've seen this a couple times post-patch. Yeah, I mean, he's starting this animation already, and then he kind of falls into him. Like, I did push forward on this, but still, I feel like it's a little too easy. I have to keep an eye out for that.
Getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Oh, I forgot to update the thread to say I was streaming. This is a force. Oof. I told myself I shouldn't have done that.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast,
Let's
but fast
see.
enough that he had no time to look
MVP, if you're
downfield
on,
and set
can you
himself
tell
to throw
people
the
I'm
ball.
streaming?
And as he tried to
Actually,
do
I can
that,
do it
he
real
was hit
quick.
and it forced an
I have it
incompletion.
open on my laptop. There we go. So we're gonna Kelsey. Nope, he's not gonna be there.
Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Good plays there.
A first trip to the red zone for KC.
Okay, I don't know why they're showing Andy running. That'll never happen.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal.
Now see, that was a good momentum.
He can fight only to about the
Good
4.
momentum tackle there, I feel like. Let's just look at it here. Kerwin Williams. Yeah, he's going forward. I mean, so he's taking the angle. That's kind of where I think if we can get a way in which the bad pursuit angles happen, not bad as in bad quality, but more so realistic relative to the speed, we can kind of create that effect. Problem is, I can't find what the pursuit angle value is, other than something in the penalties. But those are super sensitive to the pass coverage too.
He'll get it up the middle. And now a hole out there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
I don't know about this one. Just throw them off, take Watkins middle. See if we can find Kelsey, depending on where the corner does.
Mahomes going to throw.
Got him.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are going to take.
What happened to just high-fiving in the end zone?
You'd have to imagine,
You know, they put their helmets together, stuff like that.
Scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about
Good
complementary
touchdown.
football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. So out now come the Cardinals. They've had it twice. They've
Trying to think what we can do.
They were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit,
Just
everyone
looking
talks
through
about converting on third down, how big that is.
penalties
In
here,
this situation,
possibly.
they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow the defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax.
I like how he had to like kind of hold on to that a little bit. You guys notice that animation? I haven't seen that before. That was kind of cool. So here's like he really like hit this through this hard, and I like how my defenders are reacting already. Well, there's Nelson ready for it, but 2-hand catch, which is number 1, and then he also has to like corral the ball. See, there's just like a little bit of hesitation to corral the ball because he needs to secure it. I really like that. 46 will definitely work. I like that so far. No real brick hand drops or anything like that either.
Now a handoff, Johnson, and he'll fight forward.
Good play there.
To the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Stop making Andy so mobile. He doesn't move like that.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2nd down, Bradford.
Good play there.
Steven Nelson able to get a hand in
Nelson.
coverage.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic
this might be
ordinarily
tricky.
that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And
Put
I'm not
pressure
sure
on him.
that was batted down.
Nope.
On 3rd
Oh.
down, Johnson.
Oh. Oh, too much.
He'll be taken down.
That's the frustrating part. Now see, that's also due to tackle.
There, but it leaves him
You put tackle at a high value like that, they're going to just kind of want to get tackled. The irony is, I've had tackle at 100, and they kind of make better decisions, honestly. But this was just too much. This is like a forward dive for momentum to know, you know, I mean, you could chalk it up to, say, you know, you can kind of make any kind of suggestion. Power suggestion is very strong for us. Saying, oh, well, you know, he's probably just trying to make something happen. Well, you know, first down line's right there. The logic that we're trying to accomplish. Yeah, he tried to take him on. It was a nice little move, though. Alright, so I'm going to jump out of this. We're going to find a value to look at here. Roughing the kickers off, so that controls some things. Running into the kicker has to stay on. So grounding has to be off. always like to reload the previous version and make one change, two changes, just so I don't get into that method and where I kind of don't remember what, you know, what isolation points there are. So for sure I like fumbles there. I like that too. Let's see what happens if we match the fumble value. Let's go as high as the same value as face mask. Let's see what happens. Make sure. So we're still going to put it for the high fumble value too. Let's just see what happens. I haven't messed too much with the fumbles other than trying to get directness, but overall I feel like the computer's pretty direct. I just want to see if there's any relevance to it in tackling. Let's just see what happens here. Like I said, for anybody just joining, these are how my streams go. It's a lot of testing, a lot of playing the same game multiple times. I believe if you're testing sliders, you really have to get sample size, and sample size relevant to what you're looking for against the same team to see if something is different. So you will see this a couple different times.
Kansas City Chiefs. This is taken at the 3.
Let's see how this goes.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25.
This is now version 12 with fatigue at 49. Receiver catching at 46. Tackle hasn't changed. It's going to stay at 45. And then only difference is fumbles. Big shed block there.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a second.
Has to be an aggression value.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game.
Good hit there.
So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you...
Let's just check out the replay. I mean, he definitely hit the right hole. Ragland's running on him. Kind of momentum hit there. Watson, Ragland.
Bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Let's see if fumbles is affected by
On play action.
anything. Play action looks good. Oh, what a throw that is. Come on, Fuller. Nice.
The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Leave it alone. Ah, why do you move
Return
back?
from the 6. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Interesting.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options.
Let's just take a look what it looks like in the trenches and further down. big gaps. An ISO play. Gets released from that block. Pretty good. Not really getting caught in any animation there. Should gang tackling 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Yeah, just still your 2-man, but just bodies in the way. And I think he breaks it all until the 2-man's disengaged, and now it becomes a second bit of 2-man. Cool physics though. I always like to see how they kind of bounce off each other. See, like that. That's cool. Alright.
On second and short.
Keep it going. You see more momentum. Respecting tackles.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West.
That was fine. On top of him there. I didn't accelerate, so let's see what happens on this one.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Oh, had it.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Got closed up quick. I mean, that's a mismatch. Is it a big hit though? Let's see here. I mean, it's a mismatch between, you know, weight and everything, but still, I feel like it was just kind of one of those things. The good thing is like the players are disengaging at the right time. So they're not just like staying blocked, you know. Everybody's reacting. It's a mismatch. I'll give that one okay.
So on fourth down,
Just pay attention though. I would have preferred he just, you know, kind of dive forward or move forward on his own. So you're kind of sure tackle there, Nelson. It's just like high tackles that are perfect form are kind of the issue I'm seeing. So let's see what happens here.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson.
Do like that one because he's still churning away.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all.
Haven't seen much. They've only played one series. Flag. Good. Another animation.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding.
Holding offense.
Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Following the penalty, it's Johnson.
Double hit there.
He's up only to about
Good.
the 16-yard line. Chris Jones on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because
Press a
they
little
can
bit,
take
see
their
what
toll on
happens.
defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control
was
the
late.
ball, and that way you often
Good
control
pressure.
the
Oh, nice.
Nelson. And he's going to have the first down at about the
Great
38.
pressure up front there.
A good pickup there
But a
at
heck of a throw.
22.
press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you
Yeah.
take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of
Fuller
scrimmage?
can stick with him.
Not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there.
None of
for him
this
to go get it.
shoestring tackle was nice though. Cut onto him nicely. Yeah, really good. Great animation there. See, he had the pressure from Houston immediately. Because Johnson, I think, yeah, he's going out for check down. Oh, just good run. Or good throw, rather. Well, that little bit of extra got him right there. Let's see the face up here. And the reason I check this, even though we're checking for tackles, I'm just making sure there's nothing affected from like the base of the set of modifying fumbles. Oh yeah, he tried to hold him up, but that's just a nice throw. Good sequence of play. Press again.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And that one goes for about
Solid.
6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Another solid looking play, I feel like. Hits the hole. Little shuffle there. I mean, that's fine. Yep. Watts tries to push him in the back, misses and stumbles. Raglan hits behind. Yeah, so it's good that he gets past Raglan and then Hitchens gets there and gets pushed back. Actually, I'd like to see it where the linebacker actually gets pushed back, absorbing that momentum, respecting it essentially. Good stuff right there. Right to the middle. Good play there. Logan's run direct. Not affected there. Just wide open. That's at 65. He does a little shuffle trying to beat out Barry. I like that because Barry pushes him off the other way. And then Hitchens finishes it off. Or is that D forward? Sorry, 55 D forward.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down.
Oh, nice. Another cool animation there. Logan gets more. Logan was gone. Bailey didn't drag him down.
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call.
That was pretty solid.
They had to pump the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated.
Of course, we're not going to be happy with having to put fumbles at this value unless some other value cancels that out of that fumble aspect of things. That'd be really cool. Oh, terrible decision. Completely terrible. That's kind of why it's so sensitive. He's trying to fake out. I mean, right away he's pretty screwed. I guess he didn't really want to go that way, but I mean, he could have kept falling. He could have bounced outside. Should have, could have. Keep an eye out for that. And he bounces out. Come on forward. Another good play. I like how he is still churning his legs. So it's a lot of dragging down players. That's more of what the tackle type I want to see. Drag down tackles versus these big hits. Play action. Get him, Houston. Oh. Fuller got beat again.
Christian Kirk, his second touchdown on the season, and the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
Houston was there, so close again.
The shorter side as a receiver, maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic.
Yeah, Fuller just couldn't keep up with them. I mean, that was pretty solid play, I think. Let's just see this matchup. Yeah, we gave him some cushion. Oh, it's not Fuller. Where's Fuller at? Let's see. No cushion this time, but yeah, let him run a bit. Held on to him, took the run. Good coverage, essentially. Just stuck with him. And just a perfect throw under pressure. And what I like as well, there's no psychic defensive back play here from Nelson. Just randomly cut it off. I had to physically control him and try to get there, but couldn't do it in time. And then the tackle was also good. Momentum.
Tall, short, wide, skinny,
good touchdown.
There it results in a touchdown.
Can't be mad about that.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point.
Good overall drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
So kind of still leaning here towards higher fumbles, possibly helping some elements. To keep an eye out.
And now here comes Kansas City. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down, and make it a 2nd and 3.
That's unfortunate to see.
Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football.
I was feeling good up until then. The warping. He had him beat, and this is why momentum tackling just is so tricky. Because here he's got him beat, and he doesn't. It's not respected. See, that's a bummer. Well, that tells us fumbles isn't the answer. So we don't have to worry about that. Keep it where it's at. Trying to think what else it could be here, boys. You haven't touched block in the back in a while. Check my notes. No, there's my controller acting up. Probably won't be on here too much longer. Probably less than 10 minutes or so. A lot later stream than usual. Just felt like I missed out a lot on the day after being sick from like, I don't know what time it was, 2 o'clock. I didn't get up till 6 something. Check it. Come on, where is? There's my info on blocking the back. There it is. So I used this previously as a means. So we're just going to jack it up and see what happens. Use it as a means to help the computer run more directly. But I think post-match it's pretty much fixed. So let's see what happens with it. First we're going to jack it up, and then we're going to just put it to 50 after that. Make sure everything here is still intact. 46. Let's see what we get.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, Arizona Cardinals, led by their new quarterback Sam Bradford, do battle with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
How strange. No, Twitch definitely did it right, but YouTube is acting a fool lately. Okay, let's just see what happens here.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Bradford now to throw on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Nelson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw on 2nd down. Bradford caught on the left side. Fitzgerald. A couple of vets fighting each other there for a Cardinal first down. Bradford to Fitzgerald.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run it with Johnson. And very little room to maneuver. They'll get this down to about the 39. Allen Bailey in on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. Wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it went.
Let's just look at that. Yeah, good coverage still.
Incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw on 3rd down, Bradford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Good coverage again.
Key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is the punt team now as this one sent away.
Return his bat. And see if blocking the back actually gets called.
21 yards.
I think
Well
I've seen
done on
it.
the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a pick
I feel like
and it'll bring up
the
2nd
game
down.
is like sped up a lot since putting this on.
Upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind.
Doesn't it feel that way? Am I too tired? Am I too tired?
He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass.
Keep an eye out. It's moving
He
fast.
crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not.
It feels like everything just got more aggressive. Let me just see here. Oh, hopefully not a placebo. Alright guys, so I'm just about done. I just have to try one thing. I'm gonna put this at 45 instead of 50. Let's see if it... Oh goodness, why did I press that? You know it's late when I'm pressing Ultimate Team. On accident, of course. Oop. Okay. $45 because our tackle is at 45. Just to see if there's any relevance. Last time, I promise. So far, it's been a good testing session. Learned that 46 at wide receiver catch is really good. I think we'll stay there.
This is Madden
Fatigue 49, I think is still going to work just fine.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues
This
in
reshade's
the NFL,
pretty good too.
There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. It's Sam Bradford who will be controlling things under center in his 9th year now out of Oklahoma.
And you got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit.
Oh, what a throw.
They come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule.
Yeah, it feels good. It still feels a little faster than before. Not the one at 100, but the one just having it at 0.
On the ground, this is Johnson pushing forward for 3 up to the
Let's see what
48.
happens though. would make sense because I do call it the aggression value. Yeah, maybe it applies to both.
Looking to throw on second down. Bradford. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's brought down. 13 yards on his first.
This is my hesitance with blocking the back, just because I know it's that aggression. So like even on these plays here, like Reggie Nelson, he just kind of moves and kind of can't find the ball.
Catch, it's a first down as well.
I think that's still intact to be at 0, to be honest. I don't think it's affecting anything.
Territory at the 39-yard line. Johnson on a counter. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. The All-Pro Justin Houston.
Just gotta keep an eye out on these
tackles. Inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that one. Fighting is.
Yep, that's it. It's not gonna work. Blocking the back is just one of those values. I think it's relative to like the game mode you're using. So I don't think that is the answer. Everything else seems really good. Alright guys, well, I'll probably look again tomorrow, but that's where we stand for right now. But overall, this is a good stream. I don't know where everybody went. I don't know if my stream went down or something, but I saw it still on Twitch. But I know it's super late. It's like 2 AM here, so on that note, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good